Oh, man. Welcome to Vino Entertainment TV. We talk about firearm violence, domestic violence. We feed the unfortunate. We also do donations for the unfortunate. We also talk about being violated. Vino Entertainment TV is where we have nothing but love, inspirational, motivation, and hey, that's what we do over here. Again, welcome to Vino Entertainment TV. Hey, what's really going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy day. Happy day. Hey, we got a good show talking about the Minnesota Vikings, Rondale Moore, who passed away. And 50 Cent and Jim Jones, boy, they doing a fool. You hear me? COMNG, man, they should have been got rid of you. I don't even know how you got 8 seasons, 8 episodes. My bad. I don't even know how you got 8 episodes out of what you was doing with the mouth that you got. And Jesse Jackson, man, I don't know what your people was thinking. I don't know what your people was thinking, were thinking, you know. But anyway, hey, let's get started. Y'all know me. Let me go ahead and put my disclaimer up. Because we don't need no problems. We don't want no problems. Ugh. It was very sad to say that, man, Mr. Rondale Moore lost his life. You know, sometimes we don't just know what other people are thinking, y'all. We don't. We do not know what other people are thinking. He was just 27. I believe they said that young man was 27 years old. No, I'm wrong. He was 25 years old. 25 years old. Minnesota Vikings receiver. He's a receiver. Rondale Moore was found unalive in his garage on Saturday. So let's find out what happened to Mr. Rondale Moore. One moment. Let me get the getting. Man, this is so sad. I hate it. Yeah. Let's get together. Let's go.
The NFL is mourning the loss of a bright star. Rondale Moore, a wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, has died of a suspected self-inflicted gunshot wound, according to the New York Times, citing local police. He was 25 years old. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell shares in a statement on X February 21st, "I am devastated by the news of Rondale's death. While Rondale had been a member of the Vikings for a short time, he was someone we came to know well and care about deeply. He was a humble, soft-spoken, and respectful young man who was proud of his Indiana roots. As a player, he was disciplined, dedicated, and resilient despite facing adversity multiple times as injuries sidelined him throughout his career." Kevin continues, "We are all heartbroken by the fact he won't continue to live out his NFL dream, and we won't all have a chance to watch him flourish. My prayers are with Rondale's family, friends, teammates, and coaches as we all deal with this tragic news." According to local police, the pro athlete was found dead inside a garage in New Albany, Indiana, February 21st, and an autopsy is scheduled for February 22nd as authorities continue to investigate Moore's death. The Floyd County, Indiana coroner confirmed to the New York Times.
Oh, man. That was sad. That was sad, y'all. Dang. He shot himself. I don't know. In case you all haven't seen the picture of Mr. Rondale Moore, very nice looking young man. Nice looking young man. I don't know what that young man was thinking. 25 years old. 25 years old. What could he have been thinking? Shot himself in the garage. Southwest Indiana. 25 years old. He had a whole life ahead of himself. You know, I wonder, and y'all may know if you think so and you know, drop a comment in the chat. Do they get evaluation for mental illness, things like that? But it don't have to be a mental illness to make you go unalive yourself. It can be anything, right? So I can't say that. Um, shoot, I don't know. Maybe he could have been going through some stuff. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it was, you had a whole life ahead of yourself, young man. Dang, y'all. Dang. Put some prayer hands in the chat for brother. Dang. He went in the garage. Maybe that by him going in the garage, you know, his house might have been full of people. You know, maybe something was said in the house and to go outside to the garage. Because I don't see him going out in the garage. He there by himself. So somebody must have been there for him to go outside to the garage. That's just me thinking. I don't know. I'm just saying allegedly. But I'm thinking for him to go outside to the garage, that somebody must have been inside the home where he didn't want to do that in front of them. He respected them that much, so he went outside to the garage and do it. But why, if you can decide to go outside to the garage and do it, why not decide not to just do it, period, and think of something else? You got to go from the house to the outside of the garage because other people's in the house. That means don't do it, right? Man, that eats me up, y'all. That's crazy, y'all. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. Other news, if I can tell y'all, let me tell you real quick. Paris, they found, they found the old girl down there in Austin, Texas. Michael Jackson's daughter. His name Paris Jackson. What's her name? What her name is? Y'all know her name, yeah. She was down there in Austin, Texas, learning how to do the two-step, y'all. Isn't that something? But why do you have to come way down from up where you was at to Austin, Texas, just to learn the two-step? Is her name Paris Jackson, y'all? That's her name? I don't know. If I'm wrong, y'all drop in the chat. But yeah, I think I did what her name was. But anyway, she was found in Austin, Texas, y'all, learning how to do the two-step. Now, she is Michael Jackson's daughter. Why is she way in Austin, Texas, learning how to do the two-step? She could learn it on TV. They got plenty of videos on YouTube how to do the two-step. You got your black two-step, you got your white two-step, they got the Mexican got their own two-step. Everybody got their own two-step. So she could have learned that from wherever she was living at. But hey, we don't even know where she's living. I'm just basic speaking, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they called her down in Austin, Texas with dude. They said old dude. They didn't say what dude. They said old dude in Austin, Texas, learning how to do two-step. Yeah. And this was recent. I'm like, and she got on some shorts. Them little bitty legs. Let them little legs need a little tan on them. But yeah, like she was having a time of her life. That's all that matter. All the things she done been through all her life. Like she was having a time of her life. The smile was lit up. And hey, I'm glad she was enjoying herself. You know what I mean? Yeah. This man right here. This man right here. Not right here. Right here. Jesse Jackson. Man, I got a lot to say and I can go overboard, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But what do y'all think about Jesse Jackson? What do y'all think about him? Truly. Not what the media said, not what you've been hearing. What do you think about Jesse Jackson personally? Now, if you've been living as long as I have, I'm sure you have something to say about Mr. Jackson. Now, condolences to the family. You know, I hope he make his way where he's supposed to go. That's his soul. two people that's been living for a long, long time, y'all, that I can't really say too much about. Two people. I can say more about Dick Gregory than I can about Jesse Jackson. I can say more about Dick Gregory than I can Al Sharpton. I can say more about Al Sharpton than I can about Jesse Jackson. Even though he was on the side kissing, he was up there with Martin Luther King. But even after Martin Luther King was assassinated, this man still didn't do jack crap nothing. He didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing for the Black American people. All he did was a showcase. All he did was ran his mouth. He didn't do nothing. According to Mike Johnson, reportedly denied a request from Democrats and the family of Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. for the civil rights icon to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. Democrat leaders and the members of Jesse Jackson allegedly requested that Jesse Jackson Sr., the legendary, the legendary civil rights leader, two-time presidential candidate, and a long-time activist, be honored with a lie in state ceremony inside the Capitol Rotunda. Yeah. What were those people thinking? What were they thinking? But the speaker, Johnson, y'all, they said he declined the request, citing a recent rule change that reserved the rotunda honor for former U.S. presidents only. They didn't even drop the flag half staff for him. I didn't see nobody dropping their flag half staff for around the United States. You hear me? I mean, nobody. So didn't nobody. They said for him to lie in the U.S. Capitol, cited for the recent rule change. They had a change of rules, y'all. They had a recent rule changing that the honor only be reserved for former presidents. And in 2005, Rosa Parks became the first and only citizen granted the honor in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol, y'all. And that was in July. Oh, no, my bad. And in this July 28, 2020, Reverend Jackson paid his respect to Representative John Lewis, who also lay in state on the east front steps of the Capitol. They said back then he was supposed to be in the rotunda, but he wasn't. So they had changed because the COVID came around and they had a COVID restriction, y'all. But he was the first Black lawmaker to lie in state at the Capitol, y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I want to know where is the rule change? And I want to know when was that rule change, y'all? When was it changed? Do anybody know? Do anybody know when they changed the rules there? Because I don't know. Did they do it in secret? Y'all know now. They will do some stuff in secrecy. Secretive. Y'all know that they'll do it, y'all. They'll do it. They'll do it. They'll do it. But at least the first black lawmaker was at the Capitol, Rosa Parks. But I didn't think crap about Jesse Jackson, y'all. He wasn't nobody, y'all. Then you put the flag half mast or nothing, y'all. Nothing. Nothing. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. Mm-mm. Are y'all, but let me ask y'all, are y'all shocked? I'm not. But remember, I'm gonna spell it. I'm gonna spell it out, so y'all get the spelling when I spell it. They had flags lowered for KIRK, but not for Jesse. So are we really that hateful to color? We don't see what we grew up to compare to now. It just sad. Race versus love, love out. Race versus love all. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some people say they did lower the flag. They did lower the flag for him. I didn't see it. Couldn't they have allowed him in the state A&T? They could have honored him like that, but they didn't honor him no kind of way. They didn't honor him no kind of way. They didn't honor him at all. NAACP, I wonder how y'all feel about that. We need a new House Speaker, y'all. Yeah. But I've never been a fan of Jesse Jackson, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But do y'all think right now would be a bit it should have been an executive order a long time ago. But hey, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But also, did y'all know Jesse Jackson family made it clear they didn't want Obama at his funeral, y'all? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Woo, 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 woo. Did anybody know that? That the Jesse Jackson family said they did not want the Obamas at the funeral? They were saying that Jesse Jackson was not a fan of the former first family, and said family attorney Ron Joubert, he considered them harmful in the war against racism, and said the statement came after both of Barack and Michelle announced they would attend. I got to sneeze, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, bless me, y'all. Bless me. But yeah, that statement came out once Barack announced they was going to attend a funeral. Ain't that some? They said they were gonna go to the funeral, and then Jesse Jackson family says they was not welcome at Jesse Jackson funeral because he was not a fan of theirs. But did they even spend time? Did y'all ever see them spending time together? Let me think. Did they spend time together? I don't quite remember, y'all. Do y'all know? Or do y'all ever remember seeing them in pictures together, conversating together? I never saw that. Y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button for a sister. Appreciate you. But I never saw them together, y'all. I'm trying to think. Put my thinking cap on. I got it on. I even twisted my thinking cap to the side. I can't remember if they were even socializing. I don't even remember seeing a handshake in my mind. I'm trying to run my mind back through it, but y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. But that's sad though. But I'm waiting. I wonder if they're gonna give a statement about concern about what he said. But knowing Michelle Obama, she don't give a damn about what Jesse Jackson said. Nobody don't care about what he said, because if they did, they would did some things that he was asking them to do. But he gonna ask them to do nothing for the American black people. But anyway, you know, you ain't welcome at the funeral, Obamas. Oh man. Hey, we can't say nothing about that, right? Now they did say Jackson did do international hostage negotiation that freed many hostages, which is usually done by the war expert. Remember, y'all remember that? And they're saying he is rightfully to deserve to be there if he did that much. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that? Since he negotiated for the international hostage to be free, y'all, and many of them was, do y'all think that make him right to be honored there in the White House? What y'all think? I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all. And remember, y'all, Vice President China was not given the honor either. And he was vice president. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Dick Cheney. Y'all remember China, Vice President China was, they didn't even give him the honor. And he was vice president. What kind of shizness is that, y'all? I don't know. Yeah. They didn't do nothing for him. But anyway, everyone gets denied that one usually Jesse Jackson would not be shocked at the response of the request. So, you know, I wasn't shocked. So I hope my people weren't shocked. Y'all wasn't shocked, was you? Let me know if y'all was shocked, because Perk wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked at all. Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, Wexner. Wexner. Y'all remember Wexner? Yeah. Well, Wexner lawyer threatened him during the Epstein probe. He got threatened. He didn't. And when I seen that, I'm like, how he gonna threaten that man? How the lawyer gonna threaten that man? How in the hell he gonna threaten that man? But this is what he said to him. When everybody try to make like he threatened him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And this was on a hot mic. The mic was on, y'all. And the man was in there giggling and carrying on, and this man was going on with the long, sad stories. He was going on and on and on and on and on. He was like, good grief, would you shut it up and just get to the point, yes or no? Did y'all see that? I saw it. But anyway, when Westlager threatened him during the Epstein probe, he told him he would ill him he would ill him. And you can hear it on the mic. If you answer another question with more than 5 words, that's what he said. He said, I will ill you if you answer one more question with more than 5 words. That man was given a whole lifetime paragraphs. Yes, he was. This man was giving paragraph. And I'm like, will this man please shut up and just answer the doggone questions? But he would not answer the question. He just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. And by the time he kept on going on, I'm like, damn, what was the question again? Can we hear the question one more time? Because I don't forget what the question was. That's why this lawyer told him, if you answer the question one more time, with more than 5 words, I am going to ill you. And the man just started laughing because he know he was just joking. You know what I'm saying? And they try to make like it was so bad and he was saying such a bad thing to him. And my bad. They was making something out of nothing. I don't know what y'all heard, but they was making something out of nothing because, he was just joking with the man, works in the law, just joking with the man. And when I seen on TV, I'm like, well, what did he say to him? What's so bad about it, making a big old deal? Like, what did he say? What did he say? Did you hear what he said to him? No, there's not what he didn't do nothing like that. The mic was just loud, and he was right there in his ear. He was whispering. Y'all know how folks whisper. He was just whispering in his ear. That's all it was. I will ill you if you say more than 5 words. No more than 5 words again. He wanted him to say less words because he had the whole paragraph. If he answered another question with more than 5 words, that's all he said, y'all. That's all the man said. They try to make like he we'd accuse of doing something to the man and why blase. Now people make me sick. They do too much on this dog on TV and social media because they make something out of nothing. Just like they Michael Jordan. They try to make like Michael Jordan was touching on the man and people tell me, I'm gonna throw my shoes away. I'm throwing all of Jordans away. They had videos of people throwing Jordans in the trash can because of what the social media said. And come to find a man just took it on his doggone shirt and wiped something off his doggone leg. Social media is something else. News is something else. But see, like I told y'all, they're just trying to put something in place to take our mind off of what? The Steam case. You understand what I'm saying? This is all they're doing. Look at everything they're checking out in the streets. Look at everything that's going on right now. They're just throwing stuff, bam, 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 to keep us keep our mind off of the case. And that case is hot. Hot. Yes, hot indeed. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't like this man right here. What y'all think about COMNG? I don't like that joker. I don't like him. He got fired. They got rid of him. They got rid of him out that podcast, and they should. They should got him out the podcast. Let's see. I think I may have a recording of a young lady. Oh no, I don't have one. Now, COMNG own words really got him out of there. He didn't have the tools to convey what he was truly trying to say. And sometimes when you feel you're too big to fall, there are people waiting for your downfall to hang you, just to hang you with the very thing you said, or at least what they think you said. You hear me, don't you? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people didn't like COMNG. They gave him 8 seasons, 8 episodes. The NFL season might be over, but that won't absolve Cam Newton from dropping outlashed takes. Well, what did Cam Newton do? Well, Cam Newton said, and y'all let me know what you think. Do you feel like he feels like a woman's value get lowered from how many kids she have? Hello. He feels that a woman's value goes down when she have so many kids. And he also said he was having this conversation as well with the mother of his kids. Now, y'all, this is a man with 9 kids. 9 chillins. Now, if he want to say a mother's value goes down according to her kids, well, hell, Mr. Newton, your value been down when you had more than one. And they tell me that you got 9. So how can you say a woman's value is lower according to how many kids she have? So you tell me your value of you is good with 9 kids, man? 9 chillins? Yeah. And your baby mamas ain't that cute. They ain't gonna say cute, they ain't cute. You got 9 kids. Y'all keep in mind, he got 9 kids. He said he just think it's a reality that answers is when women value gets lower, the more children that they have. New said, I was having this conversation with his mother, his children. He also said he got 9 kids with 3 different women. 3 different women. He said he had 5 kids with the woman he was talking about in this conversation. 5 kids with the woman you've been involved with. But you laid there and gave her 9 kids, but you think the value of a woman who have a lot of kids is lower, and you had 5 kids with one woman. So you trying to tell me you wanted to lower her value as a woman? If you said so. So that made me think narcissistic, or whatever, narcissistic, what do you want to call it? Yeah, that part. You know what I'm talking about. That part right there. That part. Yeah, Queens. Yeah, let's get on his ass. How you gonna turn around that to that woman? He got 5 kids with this woman. So you trying to tell me you want to lower her value as a woman if you thought like that and you gave her 5 kids? If you thought like that, a woman who have a lot of kids, her value is lowered. So you laid down and have 5 kids with this one woman. Did you do that just to lower her value? And it put that in her mind that she got low value because she had 5 kids? Are you around there trying to just down put a woman? Are you out there trying to make a woman feel bad about herself, her self-esteem? Cam Newton, I can't stand you for that. But then gonna have the nerve to my, and she's still fine. She fine. But I was telling her, the guy that you're dating or will date, if he ain't willing to love on these 5 children that you have, they ain't the guy for you. What? Who he trying to school, y'all? Who the hell he trying to school? Don't we already know that it's women with women with kids, mothers with kids? Who in the hell you trying to tell that to? What the hell? Because when I came into your life, now he's talking to the baby mama with 5 kids, I was willing to accept you and whatever you have. And there's guys that's out there that's just going to say, them ain't my kids. I want you. Well, that ain't how it works. This damn number here ain't telling nobody nothing new. But that's not to say that she can't find nobody. Y'all. Let's roast his ass. Who is he telling that to? Who? We know the guy can't do nothing for us, not 5 kids, that ain't the guy for us. Who the hell he telling that to? Who he schooling, y'all? Look at this clown with 9 kids. Who is he schooling? I guess he's trying to school the mother with 5 kids. But baby, if you don't know yet, baby, you got self-value of yours. You got self-value and low self-esteem. You feel me? Because I already know, but man, if I got 5 kids and men ain't here for me and my 5 kids, I know he ain't the joker for me. Don't y'all women know he ain't the joker for you? Even the women who ain't got kids, they got enough sense to know that ain't the joker for them. What the hell? Like he got to try to school somebody. Sit back, Cam Newton, take your seat and make it high. You don't know nothing, brother. I don't care how old you is. How old you are. My bad. Yeah. They asked Newton whether he believes that his exes would be able to find a better partner if she didn't have kids. He said, you're talking to a dude that was once in her life. I don't feel like she gonna get better than me. This joke did say some crap like this right here. Did y'all like that? Do I need to read it one more time for the ones in the background who missed it? Yeah, Perp. One more time. One more time. He said, you're talking to a dude that was once in her life. I don't feel like she's going to get better than me. They said he boasted that. He said, that's just my confidence. Cam Newton, you dress like shit. You, excuse me, ladies, gentlemen, you don't look worth nothing with that clown hat on your head. Them old dreads on your head, man, sit down some doggone world. Come on, that's just his confidence. He said the claim that a single parent has to find a partner who will love their kids is fine, but claiming having children lowers a woman's value is ignorant. Based on New's previous comments about women, maybe he shouldn't be surprised to learn how people feel about him. You know what I mean? I can't believe he said that. I cannot. He said that. They said that. They saying this is the first time he tried to belittle a woman. They said he always trying to belittle women. They said back in 2017, New belittled a woman sports reporter who asked about one of his teammates responding. And he responded with, it's funny to hear a female talk about routes like it's funny. Several years later, New was on $1 million worth of games podcast complaining about women who can't cook and don't know when to shut up. I don't like him. I don't like him at all, y'all. He is terrible. But don't he know a football player value this Lord once he retires? But bam, let me throw some shot at your ass, man. Do you hear me? And also, the more men who open their mouths, the less value they have, Mr. Newton. And you have less value because you keep opening your mouth with the most ignorant stuff I ever seen before in my life. You know, some people might think it's true. This may be just the dating world he's talking about. For what most men would be probably looking for in a relationship, especially between the ages 18 to 35. You know, it may be true. A man may be like that with a woman in a certain age, in the age category. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But then, of course, now women, of course, always are valuable. And when they give birth to a new person in this world, it greatly values her motherhood. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. And it's a superpower that men don't have. And they won't. And I'm glad they don't have them. I'm glad they don't have powers that we have. And also, he got them dumb glasses on, thinking he's looking through smarter glasses. You looking through no smart glasses, clown. But Cam Newton, and I didn't know Cam Newton and Jim Jones didn't get along. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know Cam Newton and Jim Jones didn't get along. When I found out they couldn't get along, I'm like, what you say? They had some words. Yeah, they had some words. Cam Newton told Jim Jones, how you worry about me when your heat is off and your rent is due? Hello. Hello. I think God dialed me, y'all. I think some slugs was being thrown, y'all. Yeah, this is what went on. I don't know if y'all can read. You might not can read it. Um, I try to make it big, y'all. Y'all know pro try, y'all. Yeah, him and Jim Jones had some words. Jim Jones said, "You soft. Your whole crew is soft." He was telling Cam Newton this. Freaky, you soft too. A block, no, you soft. You gonna play pull up. Let the people see it. Let's see. Let me see what Cam Newton saying first about him. Let me see. Now let's go back. Let's go back to here. Bam. Yeah. Cam Newton replied. Jim Jones replied, "You gonna play pull up. Let the people see how soft you are, chump." I don't know what JOMO mean. Do y'all know what that means? If you know what that means, put it in chat. You 50 and still won't pull up. I got the video. This is Jim Jones saying. I got the video of you breaking in your own studio. Trying to I'm mad. Go back. Jim Jones said, "You gonna play pull up. Let the people see how soft you are, chump." Then Cameron said, New said, JOMO. I don't know what that means. You 50 and still want to pull up. I got the video. You breaking in your own studio, trying trigger. Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, the heat system, and you chasing the landlord around his car cause he want his rent. You are 50. Go pull up on the heat. You are 50. Go pull up on the heat. Jim Jones said, "Do your shoe, punk." Cameron said, "What's wrong, Capo? Your heat off too? I know. It's hate for you too. Be 50-year-old with no heat. What's your Zell, bro? I got you." Jim Jones said, "A block. No, you soft." Cameron said, "Yeah, but my heat on and I'm warm. You 50 years old. Tough, cold, but dead ass though, Capo. Your heat off. For real." Oh, Jim Jones them going in. Him, Jim Jones and Cam Newton going in. Can y'all read that? Jim Jones said, "You soft." Jim Jones said, "Your whole crew is soft." Freaky, you soft too. Who is Freaky? I wonder y'all. A block, no, you soft. Who is Freaky? Y'all know who Freaky is? If y'all know who Freaky is, put it in chat. You want to play pull up, Jim Jones said. Let the people see how soft you are, chump. Dang, y'all, they going there, y'all. I didn't know Jim Jones and Cam Newton didn't like each other. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. Cameron said, how you worry about me and your heaters off? Dang. Yeah. Yep, Jim Jones, you was 50 years old. And you want to pull up, Cameron said. He got the video of you kicking the door in. And y'all, that ain't no lie. I seen that video, y'all. Jim Jones kicking that doggone door, y'all. Bam, 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 bam. I guess his freaking must be a little dude was with Jim. It was a little small, look like a Hispanic dude. I may be wrong or something, but it was a little dude walking around with Jim Jones. Did y'all see that video? It was a little dude walking around with Jim Jones and telling Jim Jones the lights was off. Yeah, sure did. And come to find out, Jim Jones, the name of the management is called IFC Management LLC, Joseph Jones. Now, this was posted at 780 East 133rd Street, first floor, Suite 202. Suite 204, 789 East 132nd Street, second floor, 791 East 132nd Street, first floor, Bronx, New York, 10454. Lease agreement December 17, 2025 between Sandy's son, Hand Destiny Bronx, 3 Sons, Holding, Sindara, Landlord, management people, yeah. As a discipline on the colored portions of the premises diagram attaches to the lease. This is for Jim Jones, y'all. The tenant was served 15th day. The tenant was served within a 15th day notice of default. Dated January 5th, 2026, expired January 22nd, 2026, and a 5-day notice of termination. Dated February 10th, 2026, which expired on February 17th, 2026. The tenancy of premises has been terminated. Yeah. The tenant may make arrangements with the landlord to coordinate the retrieval of tenants' property from the premises. The tenant should attempt to enter the premises, change the locks, seek the reverse its property to cause any third party to do so without a landlord expert's. Without the landlord express permission. The landlord reserves the right to prosecute the same as a trespass and pursue all other available remedies. Jim Jones, you up out of there. If it lock your ass up out of there, man, they might be and lock you out already. Dang, Jim Jones. And they tired of Jim Jones, y'all. Jim Jones over there squatting. Jim Jones squatting. He's squatting, y'all. Jim Jones is squat. But y'all know my man 50 ain't gonna go for Jim Jones squatting like that. What y'all think? Do y'all think 50 gonna go for that? No, but 50 did tell Jim Jones he gonna fix them doggone doors he tore up. He gonna fix them doors that he tore up. Let's listen to let's listen to this video here, this audio of Jim Jones. 50 Cent now.
What was you talking about? He cut the lights on. You're not supposed to hear Jim? Huh? He cut the lights on.
That's Jim Jones kicking the door, y'all.
What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good.
Somebody asked him, was
No,
he
it's
okay?
fine. My problem. All right? You gotta talk to somebody.
He told her, he had the woman say, "Are you okay?" And he told her, "If you got a problem, call somebody." Did y'all hear him say that? Let's go back.
All right? You gotta talk to somebody.
He kicking all the doors, y'all. They locked.
What was you talking about? He cut the lights on. You're not supposed to hear this? Huh? He cut the lights on.
I guess they were freaky. A freaknik said he cut the lights off.
He cut the lights off.
He never got in them doors though, y'all. 50 Cent says he will be keeping Jim Jones' deposit for rent after all the damages he did to the doors, y'all. Let's see here. Yeah. How ridiculous is that, y'all? How ridiculous is that? Jim Jones been squatting for a long time, over 180K. You know?
Saying this for since October.
Okay, now this is the landlord talking to 50 Cent right here, y'all.
Okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say
he said throw that in as a sweetener. That means he is tired of Jim Jones'
shit. For you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say in a short way, at least 80,000, if not 180,000. Want to rent it? And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say in a short way, at least 80,000, if not 180,000.
This man is also tired of Jim Jones' shizness. Jim Jones around that squad. This is a man with money, a squatter. Man, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Jim Jones around that squad. What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Yeah. This is a man who portrayed he got so much money, y'all. He got so much money. Yeah. This is a man who got so much money, y'all. And look what happened. Y'all see what happened? It don't matter how much money you got. If you don't pay your doggone bill, just like we just talked about Kimora Simmons, Kimora Lee the other day. Her husband wasn't paying no bills. He ran out and stole all this money. Y'all remember that? Yeah. I don't understand people, y'all. I don't understand people. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Do y'all get what I'm saying? If you got money like that, why would you not pay people their money? You owe them. You feel me? You owe them. You owe them. And I feel like you need to give them people their money. And then you trying to make a studio. You gotta be kidding me. A studio and knowing that you owe these people his money. Y'all, it's some dumb people, y'all. It's some dumb people. Let me go on right quick. Let me get on about my business. Let me get on, y'all. But anyway, let's take a small break.
Riding, watch the screens, I ain't never been a simp. Smoking fruity pebble, getting higher than a blimp. Like Sean Kemp, I dunk on a hater. Crocodile seats in a big navigator. Watching on cable, pumping hard on the Swiss. Hop about the slab, trunk dropping like a missile. Yeah, I'm off the bristle, I'ma ride candy red. Can't stay behind, I'ma always stay ahead. Chasing out the bread, I'ma get it every day. Can't leave the drips, cause it's wetter than a lake. Never been fake, I'm a hog in the gang. D24's got me hogging the lane. I'ma call time when you see me come down. Slab so low like it's sitting on the ground. Smoking on the pound while I'm chopping on chrome. Gas got me higher than Neil Armstrong. April on my dome, candy dripping out the film. Right through Nacogdoches, then tip through Sims. I'm a winner, man, you know I'm hard to handle. I'ma swing the left and then hit across the camera. Back up in my fountain, pouring right about the bottle. I could throw swaggers on the drop, they'll the route. What's a Colorado, I'ma tip through the state. Dreams in the trunk, got them watching Ricky Lake.
Yeah, just like that. Let's talk about y'all please hit the like, share, subscribe button. I sure appreciate it for a sister. Sure appreciate it. This right here, this pissed me off right here. I think it's the right one, yeah. That pissed me off. If you're gonna go to parade with that bullshit, excuse me, don't go. Stay at home. Don't go. Why miss somebody else's day up? Don't go. Just don't go. Don't go. A 7-year-old girl catches a black dog with a noose on it at the Mardi Gras parade. Just don't go. That make me sick. One moment. Let's see.
She calls, quote,
y'all know my audio be playing some games over here. Check it out.
Louisiana's Attorney General says she will immediately open an investigation into what she calls, quote, a disgusting, vulgar, racist image. It was seen on a float in a New Orleans Mardi Gras parade this weekend. It featured 2 black Barbie dolls hanging by beads. The New Orleans mayor called it deeply offensive and unacceptable. The parade organizers apologized for the display, calling it intolerable. Louisiana.
What do y'all think about that? If you're gonna do something like that, why go to a parade? Why be a parade? Everybody's not racist. Everybody, again, I'm gonna say it again, I don't care what nobody say. Everybody ain't racist. Everybody don't think like them dummy thinks. They don't do that. And these are firefighters, y'all. This was a firefighter. Yeah, the video I saw, it was a firefighter, y'all. They are firefighters in Louisiana. That's what they said. They had firefighter uniforms on. That's what I saw. They said these are firefighters, y'all. So how do y'all feel about that? A 7-year-old girl attending Mardi Gras parade, and this was on her birthday. She caught a black dog thrown from the float with beads tied around her neck. Yeah, yeah. On her birthday. That was a birthday present she got. She's a pretty little girl. But initially, the little girl still didn't understand why she couldn't keep the dog, promoting the difficult conversation about racism. Again, if you feel like this, just stay at home. Don't go out making somebody else have a bad day because you can't get your mind right and you feel some kind of way. Now, this just didn't make no kind of sense. None. That's ugly. Ugly to your community, to the people in the community. That shows ugliness on your job. And if you are a firefighter, what do you think people are going to think about the station that you work at? About the firefighters that putting out people fires in your city, in your community. You made a bad look for people around you because you want to be the dumbass, y'all. And that wasn't cool, mister. It wasn't cool at all. But you throw it to a 7-year-old girl on her birthday, y'all. And she had a little, she got a little tear on her head, little crown thing on her head, and it had happy birthday written across it. But see, by her not understanding what that means, because her parents hasn't taught her anything about racism, they letting her be a kid. And she could not understand why she could not keep that door, promoting a difficult conversation about racism. She didn't know why she couldn't keep that door, y'all. You know why she didn't know? Because her parents hadn't put that in her life about racism. It hadn't been around her. They don't talk about things like that. They don't out the white people, out the Mexican in their household. See, things start at home. First prime example right here. She did not understand why she could not keep that door, but her parents knew it was racism. But she didn't know. Even though her parents knew, they're not putting that in their house. They're not raising their kid around racism, the words, the color of their skin in their house. See, this is how we know. When little kids start talking racism, this is how we know it's taught where. Y'all put it in the chat. Y'all put it in the chat. You hear me? This is how we know. This is how we know it's taught at home. Yeah. This is how we know. This is how we know. This is how we know racism is taught at home. If she didn't know nothing about it, we know it wasn't taught at her house. But some other people be taught at their house because how their kids act. It's taught at their house. And right now, we're in 2026, my people. People are getting their butts spanked. You hear me? About that racism stuff. You know, me, I wasn't raised up. My mama didn't raise racism in our house. But I know about it as I grew. And I didn't put that in my kids either. But where I'm from, the country, the city and state where I'm from, some of you already know, I'm not going to say it, but some of you already know, The blacks food with the blacks, the whites food with the whites. We weren't doing all that bickering. We didn't see all that KKK where I'm from down there. Heard about it. We didn't hear. We didn't see all that. My mom kept us away from stuff like that. We weren't introduced to stuff like that. And I remember, I think it was my older son when we first moved to Dallas. He wasn't about color. He didn't care about no color. Gavin didn't either. And I remember one day I was at home, and it was a knock at my door. He was in high school. Brian Adams, he was in high school. I said, boy, who is these white folks at my door? Don't we have them people come up to my house? I don't like that. Well, Mama, they ain't like that. Okay, remember, where I'm from, blacks, whites, whites. Remember that now. Don't judge me. Well, I don't want them people coming to my house, them white people coming to my house. Well, Mama, don't feel like that. They ain't like that. They some nice people. You don't be doing them like that. Da, da, da. As time went on, I started conversating with the lady. Me and the lady started talking, laughing, kicking and cutting up. And guess what? I love that lady to death. She wasn't what I thought she was. She wasn't, like I said, where I'm from, blacks over here, whites over here. You know, we come to school, we conversate, whatever. But we didn't party with the whites. And the whites didn't party with us. You know, we kept it like it was. So when I come to Dallas with my oldest son, who was bringing, you know, Caucasian people to my house, I didn't like that because I never was really involved or been around them or communicate with none of them. You see what I'm saying? But once I see how my son was okay with it, and he didn't have I didn't try to make him have the same mind frame that I had. I got to learn this lady. This lady was so sweet, y'all. Her dog was so sweet, y'all. And still right today, 32 years later, me and her still laugh. We talk and cut up. Some of my best friends are Caucasian lady. You feel me? I didn't take that mind frame as for racism, this and this and that. I didn't have racism in me. It's just that I wasn't around Caucasian people, but my son was because he was going to school back and forth, whatever. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, I wasn't a talker no way. But then when Gavin came along, baby, he could hang it up. He hung out with everybody. Mexican, Chinese, whites, blacks, Ethiopians. He hung out with everybody. I had everybody at my house. I mean, everybody. Again, everybody. He went to a church, the Fellowship Church. A lot of Caucasian, a lot of blacks. And he would end up being a youth minister there. Isn't that something? And when he would go to church on Sundays, he would take the Mexican boys. I remember the Mexican boy. I remember the Chinese boy. I remember his little white friends and little black friends. They would all go to church. And I remember Gavin told me one day, he said, Mama, we were going to church. And this black man asked us, where we going? And we said, we're going to church. And you want to go? I said, that's right, baby. Y'all going to church. No matter how y'all look, as multi people in that group, y'all knew God. Y'all was going to church. And those same young men that he was going to church with right today, I haven't heard anything bad about them young men. I am still in close communication with a lot of Gavin friends. A lot of them. You know. I don't think I would like to say to people is just that don't let other people ignorancy make you ignorant. You feel me? If they get mad, they get mad. We all got our own mind to think that way we want to think. Can't nobody think for us. We got to think for ourselves. You know what I mean? Every white person is not a bad person. Every black person is not a black person. When, just take for instance, example, Hulk Hogan. Oh, Hulk Hogan a racist man. He racist. Look here. Hulk Hogan hung out with black people. Hulk Hogan did not hang around ignorant ass black people. You understand me? He didn't hang around ignorant people. He didn't like ignorant black people. I don't like ignorant ass black people. And I'm black. You feel me? But to try to make that man be a racist so bad, which he was not. I love me some Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair, woo! I love me some Ric Flair now. But anyway, but that man wasn't racist. He didn't like some of the things that black people did. He liked some things that some black people did, the ones who had sense, integrity, about themselves and took care of themselves. And you know what I'm saying? A good upbringing, know how to talk and indulge with people. Yeah. Yeah. But if you one of the ones who ignorant and you want to go to parade and do stuff like this right here, just stay at home. Don't even go. Just don't even go. Anyway, got to get up out of here. But y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Hood Talk, that boy DC. Subscribe to CK Ladies of Generation. We need some more ladies over there, or some more subscribers so we can take trips, cruises, flights, go to cabins and stuff. Hey, I got a whole roster set up. You hear me? Anyway, y'all take care of yourself. Y'all know our motto. How the hell you gonna love somebody? You gonna love yourself. Hey, y'all do some self-care this week, okay? It's important to do some self-care, your toes, your nails, your hair, whatever good to make you feel good. So walking, do some self-care this week, okay? All right, y'all. How the hell you gonna love somebody? You don't love yourself. I'll be back. Peace. Love y'all.